Hi guys, today we are talking about given a presentation on mobile automation, like on Android automation, mobile Android devices using Selenium-Cucumber and the Appium. So Selenium-Cucumber is a framework which is combination of Selenium and the Cucumber. Two different kinds of framework are merged together to efficiency or to minimize coding efforts, which will take while doing automation scripts. And the IPM is a kind of connection between our mobile and the host script machine. So myself, Sanjay Sawant, and my colleague Shreyas, we are from Vertis Microsystem LLP, and we work as a QA engineer. So today we will talk about mobile automation. Then we will introduce you Selenium Cucumber means what exactly it is, and why and what it provides you, and the introduction to APM and the how to set up the things. And Shreyas will give you a live demonstration on it. So first of all, I want to question you that why we need mobile automation, like why Windows to on Android devices or iOS devices. Like, what is the necessity of doing automation on Android devices? Is the answer? Okay, so the reality is everyone use a smartphone. So everyone use apps, Facebook. You upload photos, take selfies. Then you use book TV, movies, bus. You don't go webs. Most of people use on Android devices or iOS devices, but the use of using mobile is greater nowadays. So first fact is increase of mobile users, and second is a variety of mobile phones. Like if you say in case of desktop machines, we have Windows, Mac, and Linux. But in case of mobile phones, we have first of all two different platforms, Android and iOS. Then in Android, we have another variety of like Samsung, Nexus, Sony. Variety of mobiles are there, n number of mobiles are there. Suppose if we launch a one product and we have to test that some product on 100 of devices. So it will be a hard task for manual tester or testing that product manually on 100 devices. So doing the automation for that product is efficient. I talked about already platforms, the iOS, BlackBerry, Windows, Android. So today we are going to talk present automation on Android devices. So automate and make your life easier. So before starting with before doing automation, we have to choose some tool, or we can say some mechanism to automate that app on your device. So Selenium Cucumber is one of the efficient tools. So if you are not from a coding background or technical background, you can even you can automate the Android app. So these are the benefits of Selenium Cucumber. Why do you use Selenium Cucumber? It's a cross platform. You can build one script on Windows and run it on another platform. It's a free. Then it's a code efficient animation. Like it comes with the predefined steps, so you don't have to code much. You have to write some English steps and provide your arguments to it. And you can get a format test report. Test reports it's everything to us. It doesn't matter how many devices it's on. We have to get test reports. So basically, it's reports in HTML, JSON, so you can pass it over to someone. So basically, Selenium Cucumber is a combination of Selenium WebDriver and the Cucumber. So everyone is familiar with Selenium WebDriver. So it's interact with the web elements or do some action requests. And Cucumber is a DSL. So it's works on regular expressions. It matches to your method, your sentence with particular code. Like if you write I enter text something, then it will match that DSL, that sentence with the code you have written inside that DSL. So I will explain you what is exactly the Cucumber. So here is the scenario. It's a calculator app. I'm testing calculator functionality addition. So I return some English sentences. I type on one, I type on two, then I type on plus, I type on equal, then I should see a three. Behind this, the code is written in a Ruby. So for performing this action on the app. So you do, and this code is already written in Selenium-Cucumber library. So you don't need to code for this. You have to put your sentences, copy from the predefined steps, and just put your argument that user inputs. So here is the predefined steps. Like today we are talking about mobile steps, then we should concentrate on mobile steps. So tap step, it's to tap on some element. So if you app and the web has some elements, so you have to locate element and pass ID of that element. So Shreyas will give a demonstration. In that demonstration, he will show you how to collect that ID name of that particular element. So you have to copy paste this, just pass that ID, and script the library will do his action. Then gesture steps. If you talk about gestures, nowadays many apps come with some gesture swipe, shake, etc. So you can swipe an element from swipe a particular element having ID to some particular having ID. So you don't need to write a code for that swipe functionality. You have to just provide an element ID. So you can perform swipe right, swipe left, swipe right. It's a free swipeable element. So these are some predefined steps. So this is basically a Selenium-Cucumber architecture. So whatever you predefined steps write in a feature file, the Cucumber file, it's called feature file. And the step definition, here you can write your own custom code. And the environment, here the driver initialization code is already written. This part is already written for you. You have to write some custom stuff according to your app or web. So introduction to Appium. So Appium is a open source tool. So it's a create a connection between your host machine, that's a script where you are running, and your device. It's a create a channel. It's a JSON file. Means like you are sending a request to a server. So it's process the server and give a response. The request is entering the text or doing some action like clicking on element or tapping on some particular element. So this is a architecture. Your device is connected to your machine with the USB, and you write your Cucumber script feature and you run this. So Shreyas will demonstrate you how to set up the things, and he will show you a demonstration live coding.
So hello everyone. So Samir told you what is Selenium-Cucumber, what is its use. So let's do it practically and let's understand how easy it is. So first thing is to set up. To set up Selenium-Cucumber with Appium, you need Ruby version 193 or 200. After that, you need to install DevKit. And after installation, you have to install Selenium-Cucumber gem having version 2.12 greater than 2.12. If you are using for web, then lower version is okay. But to automate Android apps, you need greater version than 2.12. Then you need to set up Appium, and then you need to set up Android SDK APIs greater than 17, and you need Java. So once you are done with DevKit, Ruby and DevKit setup, just hit command gem install Selenium-Cucumber. So after hitting this command on your console, this will install Selenium-Cucumber. So there are lots of dependencies we are covering in Selenium, like Cucumber, WebDriver. So there, if your machine don't have that gems, then only hitting by Selenium-Cucumber, all the dependencies get installed. So after installation, you need to create one skeleton to write your code, to write your automation scripts. So there is one, we provide one step, Selenium-Cucumber gen. This command will create feature skeleton automatically. So you don't need to manually create your feature skeleton and write your code. After that, you have to set up, means you have to download Appium from appium.io, and after downloading you have to extract that zip file and you will get Appium folder, and inside that Appium folder you have a Appium exe. So after double clicking on that exe, you will get this UI. So to start the Appium server, here is a start button. So after tapping on that button, Appium server gets started. So if you don't want to interact with Appium server, then you can install Node.js, then hit command npm install -g Appium, and it will install Appium command line. And after that, you need to just hit Appium command so that it will start that Appium server using command line. So let's start with the automation part. So So I have created one directory, TechJam. So inside that directory, first we have to create our project directory. So first we will see how to automate Android web. Then we will see how to automate Android apps. So first we will see how to automate Android web. So I'm going to demonstrate you how to automate Gmail example. So for that, we have to first create our project directory. So I am creating project Gmail. So after creating your project directory, you have to switch to your project directory. So I am switching to my project directory. So if you observe that inside TechJam, the Gmail directory gets created, and this Gmail directory is now empty. So there is nothing inside that directory. So now I am going to create feature skeleton to write my code. So using command Selenium-Cucumber gen, it will create feature skeleton to write my automation scripts. So if you see, you can see the features directory gets created. So I will open that project in Sublime so that you will understand what kind of structure or directory it will create. So this is my Gmail project. Inside that, the feature directory gets created. So actual images, expected images, image difference, screenshots, step definitions, support files, and this is feature file. So when you create feature skeleton, this my first dot feature file gets generated automatically, and inside that we have given a sample code of Cucumber. So to understand how to write a Cucumber features. So first part is feature. So we will give the name of our feature. So inside feature we write multiple scenarios. So scenario name is valid user login, and inside our scenarios we will write our steps. So this is a structure of Cucumber feature file. So we have to follow that feature. So I am going to delete this code because we are going to implement our own code. So I will create new file with Gmail login, gmail.feature. So inside that file, we have to write our code. So our feature is Gmail, and we are going to consider the scenario. If I enter a wrong password with a valid username, then I should get error message. So my scenario is invalid credentials login. So inside this scenario, I have to write steps. So these steps will automate my invalid credentials login. So first thing is you have to, for that, this is my structure is ready now. So I have to first connect my device to my machine, and to verify that whether my device is connected or not, you can use command adb devices. So after hitting this command, it will show you that one device is connected to my machine. Now I will open browser in my Chrome browser on my device, and I will hit Gmail website. So to write or to interact with the elements, first thing is we have to get the information of that elements. So if we are automating web apps, then we can use Firepath to get the information of the elements. But if we are using on this web on mobile, then how to get the information of that elements is the important part. So currently I have opened Gmail page on my mobile. So after that, go to Chrome, and on Chrome there is an option more tools, and inside that more tools there is a inspect devices. So this will show you your open pages on your Chrome device. So this will help us to get the information of our elements. So I am clicking on inspect. So after clicking on elements, here I am getting the mirror image of my mobile device here. So I have to first locate this element. So I am clicking here to inspect this element, email. So here I am getting the information of that element. So till now we are getting the information of that element. So our let's start with the writing feature file. So first step to implement this is to navigate to our Gmail website. So for that, if you are using Selenium WebDriver or something else, then you have to first write means declare driver, verify means write codes. But if you are using Selenium-Cucumber predefined steps, then you just need to use this step. Here we have lots of steps here for navigation, assertion, input, click, progress, screenshot, configuration, mobile steps. So first we have to navigate to Gmail site. So I am using this step. Then I navigate to, I am simply copying this step from my predefined steps and I am pasting it. So then I navigate to, so I have to pass my URL. So if you are automating Facebook, then you have to give Facebook URL. So based on your website, you just have to give your URL name. Okay, after hitting this command, we will navigate to gmail.com. What next? So after navigating to gmail.com, we have to enter our email address in this field, email field. So I need to get information of this element. So to enter element in a text field, we have a predefined step. So input steps. So we have lots of input steps here. So I will use this. Then I enter into input field having ID. So I am simply copying this step and I am pasting this step here. So I have to enter Shreyas at verticeinfotech.com into input field having ID. So we have to get the ID of this element. So I am inspecting this element and ID of this element is email. So I am simply copying the ID of this element. So if your element don't have ID, so you can use this much of steps. Then you can locate that element using name, class, XPath, CSS. So if you are means you can make use of these steps based on your requirement. So I am simply pasting ID here. So next step is to enter password. So I can simply copy this step and I am pasting here. So then I enter. Then I enter wrong password into input field having ID. So I need to inspect this element now. So I am inspecting this element and ID of this element is passwd. So I am copying ID and I am pasting that ID here. So after entering this text, we have to tap on sign in button. So for tapping, we have a tap steps. Then I tap on element having ID. So I am simply copying this step and I am pasting this step here. Tap on element having ID. So I need to inspect this sign in button now. So I am inspecting this button. ID of this button is sign in. So I am pasting here. So after that, after tapping on this element, we are getting error. So I will So after entering valid email address and invalid password, I should get this message. So we have to assert that text, whether the message is displayed properly or not. So for that, I need to inspect this element. So I inspect this element and ID of this element is error message 0 password. Okay. So we have a assertion steps to assert the text of that element. Then element having ID should have a text as this. So I am simply pasting this step. I am copying ID of this element and I am pasting here. Then should have a text as. So I have to give this text. So this is my assertion text. So without writing any Ruby code, I written this script. So what do you think? This will work or not? Because without writing any code, I'm automating this. So you don't need to initialize your driver. You don't need to write code to find elements. You don't need to compare text. I'm just writing this simple English steps. So will this work? Let's see what happens. So here I'm in my Gmail. So first I need to start Appium server before executing my script. So I'm starting the Appium server. So Appium server gets started. So we have this Movision app. This will mirror the image of actual device on screen. So you will understand what's going on my device. So you will not understand if I show you like this. So here is my device. I have started Appium server. Now I am going to run my script. To run the script, we need to give command cucumber. After that, you have to specify the platform. So our platform is Android. Platform is Android. And we have to specify the browser. If you are using Android, then we have a native app as well as Chrome, UC browser, something. But Appium only supports Chrome and native apps. So I'm giving browser as Chrome. So this will launch my Gmail in Chrome and starts execution. So my Chrome browser gets launched. So we have some lexical error in our script. So we have that spaces in our. So I'm saving this script again, and we are running again. So I'm restarting my Appium server. So we are getting did not redacted from there. So this is a issue we are facing on Windows 7. So to resolve this issue, we have to restart our machine. Then this Chrome driver issue will get resolved. So we will restart our machine, and I will demonstrate this at the end. So we will proceed further, and we will see how to automate apps. So okay, so I am in TechJam directory again. So let's start with app part. So we are taking calculator app to demonstrate how to automate Android app, Android calculator. So for that I am creating one directory, calculator. So same procedure we have to follow to create our projects. So if I want to automate app or web or any project, we have to create first our project directory. Then we have to switch to our project directory, and inside that project directory, we have to create our feature skeleton. So I am changing my directory to calculator, and I am creating my feature skeleton. So this will create feature skeleton. So I have my calculator here. So to automate our app, we need our APK file. So I have Android calculator APK file on desktop. So I will simply copy this and paste this in my project directory under features directory. So here my app is present. So same here we have Cucumber syntax. I am deleting this part. So I will close this all. So same procedure we have while automating our apps. So I will create new feature file with the name calculator. So inside that directory, I am writing a feature to automate addition of addition. So feature is calculator, and my scenario is addition. So I am opening this calculator app on my screen. So this app is open now. So main thing is we know how to locate the elements of web, but how to locate the elements of app to interact with that. So for that, now let's consider our scenario is I want to press 7, then I want to press plus, then I want to press 9. After that, when I press equal to, then I should see this 16 text. This is our just simple scenario. So how to get the information of these elements? For that, we have a tool called UI Automator Viewer. When you UI Automator Viewer. So when you hit this command on your console, it will open a UI Automator screen. So on this screen, there is a capture button, device screenshot. So I am taking the screenshot. So this will take the screenshot of your app page, which is currently open on your device. So here the screenshot of my currently open page is here. So from here I can locate the elements. So I will maximize this. So if I want to tap on 7, you can observe here the information of that element is present here. So ID of this element, so class of that element, text of that element, index of that element is present here. So to get the information of app elements, we can use UI Automator Viewer. So let's start automating this part. So first we have to tap on, when your app gets launched, we have to tap on 7. So we have a predefined step for tap. Then I tap on element having ID. So I am pasting here. So I have to specify the ID of that element on which I have to tap. So here is the 7. I am getting the ID of that element and I am pasting that element, that ID here. After tapping on 7, I have to tap on, I have to tap on 9. Let's consider 9. So I will take ID of this. So no, after tapping on 7, I have to tap on plus. So I am taking the ID of this plus button. So for tapping, I am using the same step. I will just replace the ID. So after tapping on 7, we have to tap on 9. So I am simply copying this tap part and I will change ID of this element. So ID of 9 element is this, digit 9. So after tapping on 9, I have to tap on equal button. So ID of equal button is this equal. So I am copying this ID and I am okay. After tapping on equal button, I have to verify that whether this text is displayed properly or not. Okay. So if you observe for this element, we don't have ID. Then how to locate that element? So for that, we need to write XPath of that element. So writing XPath for this element, I will show you how to write XPath of that element. But next part is we have to assert that text. So I will use predefined step to assert. So we are using XPath, so I will copy this step. Then element having ID XPath should have a text as this. And I am pasting here. So to write XPath, first you have to put 2/. After that, you have to take class of that element. You have to take class of that element, and after that, inside bracket @ and you have to specify any attribute of that element. So we are taking index attribute. So index is 0. Index equal to 0. Should have a text as 9 plus 7, 16. Okay. So we will run this script now. Now to run Android app. So when we are running the web part, we are providing a browser. But now we are automating app. So we have to give the app path in our command. So command is cucumber platform equal to Android and app path equal to. So currently I am in cucumber directory, so I am simply giving that APK file name. So if your APK file is in another directory or in another drive, then you have to specify the whole path. .apk. Okay, so when I hit this command, so it will uninstall the present app and it will reinstall your app. So my app gets installed. But here issue is that when you launch your app, you are getting this screen. So we have not written any code to handle this screen. So we have to first handle this screen and then we will perform addition. So I will take information of this OK button. So to get the information, I will take screenshot again. So I will take ID of this OK button. So before tapping on 7, I have to tap on that OK button. So ID of that OK button is this. So I am copying ID and pasting here. So let's run this again. So it will uninstall our previous app. Now it will tap on OK button. After that, it will tap on 7, it will tap on plus, it will tap on 9, OK and 16. So this is our scenario. So after execution, you are getting this information. Like I have written one scenario, total scenario is passed. There are 6 steps present in my scenario, 6 all are passed, and it took 14 milliseconds to execute this. So let's run this again with a negative value. Means let's consider we are assuming that addition is 15. So will this work? Means we are using that steps, but that steps are really giving us a actual values or not. We will test this. So no. For each means when you are writing, when you execute that script, only for that part it will reinstall that. Means for the first execution it will reinstall that, and if you have multiple scenarios, then it will continue with that scenarios for the execution. Yeah, means you can use any APK file. So means we are using Calabash previously. So in that case, we have to sign that app first, and we have to use that. But here there is no need to get signed in app. So you can directly use any APK from developer, and you can use this. So let's run this again. my server is started. So after we tap on OK. So here is failure. So you are getting this part red because our expected text was 15, but actually we found 16. So error is text not matched. So in this way, these predefined steps gives you a proper result when you use this, and in the result you will get one failure. So any of your step or gets failure in your scenario, then it will fail that scenario. Okay, so this is just a simple example that tapping on calculator and getting the results. So we can automate this, but in real life we are automating some complex applications. So for that, I have already written code to automate Hindu calendar app. So I have Hindu calendar app here. So I have to automate this app. So this is my app. So I have to automate the things like I have to verify whether all 10 options are present or not. After typing on my options, whether I am getting redirected to proper page or not. After creating, so I have to create option to create Kundali here. So in that case, I have to select the date. So to select the date, we need to interact with the native date time picker. So how to interact with that? So I have written a script for that. So I will just demonstrate how I have used predefined steps in that. So I will off the data connection so ads will not disturb us. Okay. So here I am in my Hindu calendar predefined steps. So our first predefined step is to assert the elements. So means my first scenario is after opening my app, I have to verify that all 10 options are present or not. So for that I am using these predefined steps and I am running that. So if you use only a cucumber command, then it will execute all features present in your feature file. But if I want to execute only a single feature from my features files, then you have to use cucumber platform equal to Android app path equal to. So I have kept my APK file in my directory. So I am giving name of my APK as Hindu calendar.apk. And after that, if you want to execute a specific feature, then you have to write features, then put slash and name of your feature file. Okay, so I am executing my first feature now. So I have written this feature such as I will only verify the 10 elements and I will close that. So this app gets open and after that it is verifying all the 10 options are present or not. So there are two scenarios, both are passed and 15 steps are passed. So in this way you can automate tap steps. So I have a second feature. for tapping. So second feature is for tapping, means I have to tap on my elements and verify whether after tapping on month view I am redirecting to month view or not. After tapping on this second option I am redirecting to properly to that page or not. So I am running my second feature file. So yes, if you are using through command line, then you have to, means it creates one session. So if you are means if the session is going on and if you run again, then it will show you the error that one session is in progress, could not start new session. So for that you have to restart.
There is a setting session override. You can set that. You can override it.
So I am running my second feature file. So after tapping, I redirected to appropriate page. So after tapping on the after tapping on month view, there is no way to go back. So we have to press the back button of our device. So I have used this predefined step. Then I tap on back button of device. So we have that predefined steps also. So third step is custom steps. So here I have written one custom steps when I select date as 20 May 2020. So scenario is when I tap on Kundali, then there is an option to set date. So this is a native. So this is a native date time picker. So we don't have any predefined steps for that. So we have to implement our logic to set our date. So using Selenium-Cucumber, you can write your own custom steps also. Means this is not only limited to use only a predefined steps. Use predefined steps as well as you can write your own custom steps or your logic to implement your application. So after that, I have to set these dates. So I will run my third feature. So now it will set date to 20 May 2020. And after that, it will set time to 8:20 p.m. all my scenarios are fixed. So where should I write my code? Means predefined. I use predefined steps. It's okay. But if I am using my custom steps, then where should I implement that steps? So I have written when I select date as 20 May 2020 and run my feature, then Cucumber give me suggestion to implement this step. So copy this suggestion and paste this suggestion in your step definition. So in step definitions, we have a step definitions.rb file. So inside that file, you have to paste that suggestion. So I will get suggestion like this when I select date as in parenthesis. So I have written code to set date, set month, set year. So using Ruby, you can implement your steps. So fourth part is to enter text and long time. So in my app, there is a scenario to save Kundali. So I have to enter some text. So if I misplace the means by mistake I put wrong text. So we have to clear the text. So in many of cases we have that some text is already present in our input field, and first we have to clear that input field, and then we have to insert our input. So we have predefined step to clear the input also. So it will first, in my scenario, it will first enter Selenium, then it will clear the field and it will enter Selenium-Cucumber. After that, let's say I save this Kundali, and after typing on open Kundali, I am getting this Kundali here. So if I tap on this, it will open that Kundali. But if I long press on that tab, it will give me a pop-up to delete that. So we have predefined step, so I long tap here. So after long tap on that option, I am getting this delete. So we can handle these pop-ups also using the predefined steps. So let's see this scenario. So after that, it will tap on save Kundali. It will enter save field. So I don't want this text. So we need to clear that text field first. So I have used predefined step. So after this session, if you are interested, means you are interested, so you are here. So go to our website and see variety of predefined steps. So we have predefined steps for checking checkboxes, radio buttons, verifying that. So there are variety of predefined steps. So this scenario gets passed. So next scenario is swapping. So in my app, when I am on this Kundali page, I can use swap. So I am swapping this. So after swapping, my window gets changed. So we have to perform this swap operation using automation. So we have predefined steps for swap also. So we have variety of predefined steps for swap, like swapping from particular element to particular element, swapping using coordinates, swapping using element. So based on your application's requirement, you can use that predefined steps. Means all predefined steps cannot be used for any particular application. So based on your need, you have to use your predefined steps. So this is my fifth gesture step. So it will start swiping. So right swipe, left swipe. Now it will scroll up. So it is scrolling up. So it will scroll till the end of page. After that it will scroll down. So now it is performing the swipe operations based on coordinates. So if you see here, coordinates 750, 104. So based on coordinates means in UI Automator you are getting the coordinates of that elements. So if you want to perform operations using coordinates, you can use predefined steps. So all my 33 steps are passed. So in UI Automator viewer, if I select this OK button, then I am getting the start and start x, start y, index, end y of that element. So based on that coordinates, you can perform the operations. Next step is mobile configuration and taking screenshots. So we have a predefined step to take a screenshot of your currently open page also. So let's go to F. And in my predefined steps, if you observe the screenshot folder, there is only one test image is present in my screenshot folder. So I will take screenshot of my app and it will store in my screenshots directly. So mobile configuration. So you can use this mobile configuration step to start with your project. So this will display you on which configuration you are testing, time of your script execution, version of your device, your test APK name, all these things. So this step will help while reporting. So it print the configuration. Date is this, time, platform is Android, OS version of my device is 4.4.2, device name is Google Nexus 5 and app tested in the calendar.apk. So this will give more information about your test executions. And after waiting 5 seconds, you need to screenshot. Let's see. So in my this directory, I have screenshot of my device. So if your script is failing or you have to verify that, then you can use this. Then I take screenshot step to verify whether you are actually failing or not. So I show you this way. So if you want to report your execution, test execution, then you cannot report like this, that I executed this feature, these scenarios, and these are only passing my scenarios. So to execute means giving well formatted outputs, we have a HTML format. Cucumber helps you to give that reports in HTML format. So I will show you. So here I have written uh, my feature file for homepage verification, then menu navigation, then swapping and all these things. And I have implemented that. So means you can write your own predefined steps. Like then I should see month view option. So while reporting, you are not reporting using predefined steps. Then element having ID should have a text as this. So this will not understand by non-technical people, and this is not a good way to report your testing. So you can write your scenarios or your steps in simple English. So after writing, then I should see month view option. I will get a suggestion from Cucumber to implement my step. So copy this suggestion and paste this suggestion in step definitions file. And inside that, you can use your predefined step. So then element having XPath, this should have a text as month view. So I am using same predefined step here. For assertion, element having XPath, this should have a text view. So means to implement your custom steps, you can use predefined steps. And syntax is here. Like you have to write first step, then percent, and in bracket you have to write that predefined step. So let's run this to get output. Now, in my previous demonstration, after every scenario end, I return, then I close app. So it is closing that app. But I want to execute all these features one by one without interrupt. Then I have written all this in this project. So I am going to execute that project. Cucumber platform equal to Android app path equal to calendar.apk, and now I don't want my result on my console. I want my results, test results in HTML format. For that we have -f for format HTML space -o to generate your report file. So let's say TechJam session.html. So I want my results in this file. So let's run this. So when you run using this command, you will not get any output on your console. So because this your output is redirected to this file. So it will perform these actions. Till then, if you have any queries, then please ask. Yeah, to get the well formatted reports. So if you want to submit test report to your manager or to anyone, you can simply mail that file. Yeah, also means you are doing input steps. After that, you are verifying that data only. No? Means if my app is Gmail app, so after entering my proper valid credentials, you should verify that you get logged in. So in this way, you can use predefined steps to validate that.
What you want to ask basically, like suppose currently you are using your mobile, right? So suppose I want to access the data, so calculating that based on this the data and so that.
Let's say we have a remote of 30 days. We have, let's say, X, Y, Z columns, 3 columns. We have a data for those 30 days in those 3 columns.
Okay.
So when I get those back, those data gets validated.
So for I think using Cucumber, you can pass that data. But the funda is same, means you can pass that data, but to execute that data you need predefined steps. Means you can pass 30 days data, but to execute that data on your mobile you need to perform actions using that data, and to perform that actions we have a predefined steps, and we are mostly focusing today on predefined steps that to uh, less our work, like just use predefined steps and automate your app.
Take the present code, right? For data.
Yeah, or you can use directly predefined step and fetch your data.
Only for the one or two you want. Last data like 30 days or 1 year.
Okay, then you have to write your own code, your own logic to fetch that data. Yes. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Appium server that you can do it. How you decide Appium server? Can it go through many different types of.
Yeah. So main thing is we previously have this only for web. So we are using Selenium Cucumber previously for web. So and after that we get a need to automate apps also. So previously we used Calabash, and after that we came to know about Appium. And inside Appium there is a code of means you need to implement your code using Selenium WebDriver. So these steps are based on Selenium WebDriver. So we are using this.
Basically, there is a difference between Calabash and the Appium. Calabash inserts some framework inside your APK file. And at the time of submitting your APK file to Play Store, you have to remove that third-party framework. And if you remove that code, Calabash framework code, you are submitting a non-tested version of your APK. So this is one of the main disadvantages of Calabash. So here is Appium is a different case. You don't bother about some third-party app which is inside in your APK. And one more is that in Calabash you have to use their APIs. They are using different APIs. But if you are familiar with the Selenium WebDriver, you can use some text driver.intertext, driver.sendKey. The same APIs you can use for automating Android apps or iOS apps. So you don't you have to learn different APIs.
So the execution of this app is completed now. So I will go to and here is my tech jam session HTML. So here we are getting a detailed report of our execution. So there are 24 scenarios. One scenario get failed. So here one one scenario gets failed, 23 are passed. There are total 124 steps. One failed, 123 passed, and finished execution in 3 minutes 43 milliseconds. So I am getting the total report. Like I print configuration, then configuration, testing configuration. So let's see where my script get failed. Yes, here. So after navigating to month view and navigating back, uh, means text not matched. So you can get the reason for failure also here. So other steps are fast. So in this way you will get the detailed report of your execution and you can email that report to someone you want. So any questions?
This part we can do for our desktop web, right? It is not only for mobile app. You can use
Yes. We can use this Selenium-Cucumber for desktop web, mobile web, and also these steps for mobile app also. Same steps. Means if I want to insert text, then you can use this same step to mobile, desktop web, mobile web, and app also.
So you use that Ruby language for backend coding. So is it necessary to use Ruby only, or it could be Java or something?
Yeah, for this you have to use
Use only Ruby. Currently, these steps are only implemented in Ruby. So we are in future we are thinking to implement that in Java also.
Like for web application, for using we can use Java,
Yeah.
but it is not possible.
Is it not?
Possible for mobile applications.
Is it possible? But we are not implemented it. This version, this tool is backend code is using Ruby.
Specifically to APM only, or something else we need to use for Java.
Appium.
We can do that.
So Appium is just a connection. You just create a connection server, client server.
Okay. Like in some other applications, we use the automation tools like QTP or Selenium ID also, where we don't need to code this much also. So for mobile apps also, do we have some other something like products?
So these are only record and playback tools. I think you
Yeah,
are saying
yeah.
ID. So for mobile, we don't have such tools. Just to record our scenarios and playback the data, right? So we don't have such tools here in the market.
Open source. We can say.
Open source.
Open source.
So one question, like here we have what's your SQS ethical language. So like dynamic testing kind of like Skype, you have Skype, right? And when someone sends you message, you get some notification on the top of Android or mobile. So in that case, how you identify that object, because that part is basically dynamic, right?
So basically, you have to, in that case, you have to write your custom code to wait for that particular element. And once that element gets appeared on the app, so you can locate it. Means within that second. Suppose you just ping me, and if your app is sending me a message within a second, and you write, so I should get that particular element within that second. That or after that only you can pass that scenario.
How do you identify that?
First, you have to locate that particular element. You have to write your
Some
own.
takes on depending on the takes or something like that.
Yes. So we have image comparison also. So means if you are inbox, so in your message box, if there is nothing empty, then you are getting some different image. Or if you have something in your inbox, your image gets changed. So depending on your app, you can use this.
Like in other applications, for continuous integrations, yeah, you use Jenkins for that. So for something, same for mobile stuff, we have? Or
Yes, means we are currently in work, means our company also we are using this tool only, and we are continuously integrating this using Jenkins.
okay,
So
you keep on directly connecting all this 24/7.
So
Yes.
we have one node where some devices are always connected, and we use Appium command line too. So we can programmatically start that Appium server with a particular node, and we can run tests scripts on that devices. So we have shown this UI application of Appium. So if you use command line, it will help you to programmatically start your Appium server, stop it.
Have we tested this on our desktop web applications using Java instead of?
no, currently no. Using this Selenium-Cucumber currently it's limited to Ruby only.
Or like it says more than 200 MB.
It supports up to 300 MB.
But it will take time, right, for launching and reinstalling.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we haven't tested with that much.
Much capacity of application.
Again, right? Again, it's more than 200 MB.
Yeah, but games are like they are developing Flash, so you can't look at a particular element on games.
So using this
It's
you
not
can.
for the game.
Yeah,
So using
technology
this.
is not much advanced to automate games.
So the maximum test cases you have run
Means
maximum test cases you have run.
Um,
Maximum scenario not test cases you have run.
Yeah.
So is it these are any memory related issue?
For where memory on mobile or where?
no, there is no.
More than 100 scenario.
Okay.
So is it good on like?
Yeah, we wrote around means in our application we have written almost 200 to 300 scenarios. More than that also. So there is no memory issue. So using this you can automate web apps, mobile apps, native apps as well as hybrid apps also. So hybrid app is a means, interaction of both native app as well as web app.
Basically, if you are code expert and know some coding, you can hack into hooks.rb. So it's basically apply some hooks before scenario, after scenario. So if you want to perform some scenario before scenario, like initialization, some inputs, so you can write code here. So it's some hooks are present in hooks.rb inside the support. So you can write that. If some scenario get failed, you can do something after some scenario fails. If it's a false fails or it's not actually
Take screenshot,
you
you
can
can
take
face.
screenshot of failure. And the environment file is so initialize your driver with taking data for user data. Basically, it's automatically takes all the data device info and initialize it. So, but in some case, we need some profiling. Like if you're automating for a browser, you have to need Chrome, so you have to set some profiling. So you can write code for here. So set profile like applying some proxy like this.
So using this framework, you are getting a ready-made code to initialize browser, get information of device. You don't need to write that. Just start your automation using predefined.
Just a small question. Let's suppose there are several applications installed inside of mobile itself. We install our APK file every time when we are trying to test it. And suppose in between something happens, there is a glitch in between, something like the application crashes itself. So in that case, does a screenshot come into picture for output?
Yeah.
Or
No. So
And you have to write code for that. Like I showed you just puts.rb. It if application got crashed, you can set it will throw some error exception, and you can catch that exception and handle whatever you want to, like a screenshot or get a log. It's a crash log, etc.
how many devices can configure for this particular?
For now, you can write one device per machine. Like if you connect another device, it will show you, it will give error like two devices are connected. But if two devices are connected, you have to provide full information of your one device. If several devices are connected, you have to devise particular device information. If only one device is connected, it will take automatically all device information. Because Appium by default run on first device, means whatever the first device is known. If it found multiple devices, it will show through one. But you can code for running multiple devices. Like you have to configure your Appium. You have to start several Appium servers with different ports number. And you have to configure your driver with different ports number. You can run simultaneously on your screen. Any other questions?
Okay, thank you, Samir and Shreyas.
Thanks.
Thank you, TechJam, for such a platform. This
Give this opportunity to us.
Explore our knowledge.
Thank you.